Whew, you know that feeling when it's cold, windy, the sun's nowhere to be seen, and all you want to do is curl up on the couch and snaffle some chocolate. Do you know what I do? Pull-ups, rings, dips, and rows. Nice. So I've got the high bar available. So I'm going the straight bar, and I'm going to get on with these pull-ups now. But I'm going to stick with the 7.5 kilogram weight for the pull-ups. I'm not going to advance on that just yet. So I'm sticking to March's challenge. But yeah, let's get chalked up. You know what? It's not always easy to just decide, right, I'm going to go and do 250 weight pull-ups, 250 weight rings dips, 5,000 meters road, when you've had a challenging day already, mentally, physically or otherwise. That becomes part of the challenge itself, but that's where the discipline kicks in. Having that level of discipline, so this training session is in my diary, it's in my calendar, so I can see it throughout the course of the day. But whether or not that happens, that comes down to commitment, and only that part can come from me. They're the input parts, they're the bits that I can control. Myself, showing up for myself, making sure that it counts, that I'm doing that thing. And you know what, once I'm here, like right now, it feels amazing. It feels awesome. So you've got loads of people in here training, got someone outside of me on the boxing bag. And that's why I've removed the camera, so it's not wobbling around. People doing their thing, getting on with it, pushing themselves forward. So some people in here right now, it'll be day ones, first day doing that thing. Some, it'll be part of their plan, part of their projects, part of their training regime, whatever that may be. But it's going to take a certain amount of commitment mentally to think, right, I'm just going to go and do that thing. So it's not always easy, but if everything was easy, it wouldn't be a challenge, would it? Okay, more pull-ups. Okay, so this is the last 5 pull-ups. You know what, it's been an absolutely incredible session today. So I've had lots of conversations with people that are doing their own things, doing their own challenges. So there's been a good energy vibe today, and you know what, that is it's great to be around. I like giving it out, and it's nice to get it from other people. So listen, onto the rings dips, let's get to it. So I'm just getting the sleeves on. Oh, let me tell you, I've had some major burns on the arms before when I've not used the sleeves. They absolutely help, 100%. I've got superbly hairy arms, and the amount of times I've just had like red line tracks going down them, where it's literally shaved me down quicker than a Mach 3. The good thing about the sleeves is they're good for blood flow, so they help. As I say, the rings dips is something that I'm still getting used to as a volume movement. It's a movement that I've practiced over a period of years, but in terms of getting the endurance levels up, which is my main focus, that's something that I've not focused on for large volume. Yeah, they're superbly comfy, these. Okay, let's get to the rings dips. Okay, so that's the rings done. Honestly, great session, no issues whatsoever. So literally 5 reps per set, nice and straight. I think that I'm probably going to increase the weight on the rings dips, to be honest with you, because yeah, I just think I'm going to do that. But listen, I'll reflect. Oh, what am I doing here? I'm just throwing her on a chain. Right, I'm going to hydrate, get my electrolytes in there, and then I'm going to head over to the rower. So, see you in a minute. Okay, so I've got a little bit of chalk on the hands for today's rowing session because I want to try and mitigate some of that perspiration that's building up. So, see how we get on. So I've learned so much of today's session. I'm going to share a couple of things with you. Okay, so first of all, with the rower, this is the bar that I use. So whether you're using a Concept 2 or a Techno Gym or whatever it is, you get the idea. This is the bit that's attached to the chain. So when I start doing the rowing, I start widest grip, and I personally do thumbs. So pronated grip, thumbs over. That's personally what I do. So I keep it to the same as what I do with the pull-ups. So my hand placement for my left hand, it's a mirror image for the right. So my right hand will go there. Now, what happens is, after I've done about, say, 500 meters, my palms start to get sweaty, start to perspire, and that is an issue because I've not really got massive segs or calluses at the moment, but they will develop over time, and sweat, moisture, water, whatever it is bad for calluses because it makes the skin super soft, therefore super vulnerable for tearing, and I don't want that to happen. So this is a little trick that I've been doing on the rower. Bear in mind, this is a relatively new exercise for me. So I'll start off doing the rows like this. So hand placement from the left, same on the right. And then what I'll do is I'll very slowly edge it up to there. Okay, almost right at the center point. And then I'll do some rows. So my left hand will be there, my right hand will mirror it on this side. By doing that, it gives any perspiration that's built up on this part of the bar time to evaporate, to just completely disappear. And it gives a little bit of a cooling off period for my hands. And then I might etch it up just a little bit for the next one, and then I'll bring it down. So I've been doing that throughout the rows. So typically speaking, every, say, I'd probably say 500 meters. Every 500 meters, I've just been going from there to there to there, and then back again, so on and so forth. And that little tip there, that thing that I've developed, has 100% amplified my performance today. So I can feel the benefits of that. Second thing, you can probably see, I've still got the sleeves on from the gymnastic rings. Did these help today? Well, this is an interesting one. It's going to help with the blood flow. Of course it is. And I do feel like it's helped with the blood flow. But I don't know whether that's a major benefit. I don't know whether that is something that has aided in my performance today or not. It just so happens that I kept them on from the rings dips. I normally take them off. So I've got the sleeves on. I've done the hand placement. I put a little bit of chalk on the hands. Not a lot, just a little bit. And I'm aware that not a lot of people have access to powder chalk or liquid chalk for that matter. But I just put a little bit on there. What else is different? I'm on number 3 there. I don't know whether that makes a difference at all. So I'm trying to keep continuity for when I'm doing the rows, so I can keep measuring and managing my performance effectively. And I've kept it to the same on here, which is number 10, which shows on the digital display when that is on. Right, listen, I'm going to get off and just hydrate. I'll speak to you in a minute. Okay, so that's today's session done. So 250 pull-ups with a 7.5 kilogram weight, 250 rings dips with a 2.5 kilogram weight, and both of those exercises have gone really well. In fact, when I was doing the pull-ups, someone that I know came in, so we just had a full-scale conversation during was it during block? It was during mid-block 1 and block 2, probably for about 110 pull-ups, something like that. So that was really quite nice. Obviously I get that high energy because I'm talking to someone that I like talking to, and we're talking about some interesting topics. So they've gone really well today. In terms of the rings dips, I think I'm going to increase that weight. I think I'm going to do it. Yeah, again, I will ponder. I know I said this in the previous vlog series, but I'm going to ponder over what that looks like. But today, I really feel like I could push myself a little bit more. The concern is if I tilt it too much, because I'm going to come on to the next bit. Thinking about my performance today, so the rowing, the rows, the indoor rowing, the 5,000 meters, I've really enjoyed it today. So I've not got as many pain points around the inside of the elbows, the ligaments, the tendons around there, which is where I've been feeling it. I'd say the first 500 meters, I'm almost just like warming up, if you will. Once I get from 500 to 1,000 meters, I noticed that the ligaments and tendons around the inside of my elbow start to pulsate. I'm self-aware that they're niggled, if you will. Now, bearing in mind, I've just done 250 weighted pull-ups and 250 weighted rings dips, so there's a lot of tension there. And what I want to be careful of is repetitive strain injury. So it's really important that I listen to my body. But today's gone really smooth. There's a couple of other things that I've done with regards to rowing. I have. So this is a bit niche, and do you know what? It felt right, so I just went with it in the moment. So I'm there doing the rowing, but I wanted to connect a little bit more. So instead of staring at that beautiful digital monitor in front of me, showing me my wattage and how many meters and how many seconds, minutes on the clock, etc., what I did was I completely zoned out. I found my flow, closed my eyes, and I focused on my breathing. And what I did was I pushed away, so in effect pushing from my heels and pulling the rower towards me, the bar with the chain towards me. I did that movement when I was breathing. Let me see now. So pull and then breathe out. That was it, yeah. So as I was pulling the rower towards me, I was breathing out. And then as I was leaning forward, I was breathing in. Let me just check this is right. One sec, hang on. So, no, do you know what? Scrap that. That is incorrect. When I'm pulling the rower towards me, the bar towards me, I'm breathing in. And then I'm exhaling on the way out. So bringing it towards me, breathing in, letting it go away, breathing out. And I got into that rhythm, and when I closed my eyes, I just found that circular breathing, which I know so well. It's part of my breathing meditation. It's what I do when I'm preparing myself, particularly for large volumes of pull-ups. And it worked really well. And what happened is, this is really interesting, I started to focus on the watts, the wattage in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen before I closed my eyes. And I was somewhere in the region of floating between, say, 98 and 125, something like that. When I closed my eyes, I got it between 130 and 145. Now, I didn't necessarily maintain that for a period of time, but what I did notice is my performance improved when I closed my eyes and I just focused on my breath. So I'm going to pay attention to that. I'm going to try that tomorrow and see how that gets on. Interestingly, I actually sometimes do that when I'm doing the pull-ups. I sometimes just close my eyes just because I know the movement and I've done hundreds of thousands of them. So they're just very familiar and it's just quite cathartic and it's part of my breathing meditation. Listen, I won't advocate anybody just doing that, particularly with the pull-ups, unless you are seasoned and you practice loads of them. But the rowing, on the other hand, I'm seated. I've got my hands firmly gripped on the bar and it was just really interesting. So a few different things today, just to recap. Changing hand placements on the actual bar itself to mitigate the moisture levels building up. Closing of the eyes, which is very niche, I know that, but to focus on the breathing meditation, which seemed to enhance my performance. But I want to monitor that because today's day one of me just doing that. I've tried to keep the foot placement the same, so on number 3. I can't think of anything else. That's literally where I'm at, but it will be really interesting to see at the end of March's fitness challenge, my data from day 1 to the final day. But listen, it's been an amazing day today. Whatever you're doing, wherever you are in the world, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. I'll see you soon. Take care.
Okay, so this is the data for Thursday, 7th of March. So 250 pull-ups achieved today with this 7.5 kilogram weight. So 5,000 pull-ups is the target for March's pull push row challenge. I've got 4,250 remaining. Rings dips, 250 achieved today with a 2.5 kilogram weight. So that is a 5,000 target for March's challenge. I've got 4,250 left. And the rows. So 5,000 meters rowed today, 15,000 meters rowed in total for March's challenge so far. I've got 100,000 meters that I need to achieve, so I've got 85,000 remaining. Do you know what? It's been an amazing session today. I am considering making some changes to the additional weights with the rings dips, purely because I think I can push myself a little bit further. What I'm going to change that to, I'm not sure yet. I'm going to reflect on that. But this is how March's pull, push, row challenge in 2024 is going so far.